Good morning. Hi, good morning. Ashish, Abhishek, Birendra, Dipalok, Girish, Gopal Krishna, Gurbats, Haji Manan, Emmanuel, Ishpuri, Kamlesh, Kartikeyan, Kaushal, Kiran, Lalit, Mandeep. Hi, welcome. Good morning. Good morning. Neeraj, Rajkumar, Rashmi, Sachin, Santosh, Vishal Bakshi. Welcome. Welcome, everyone. Okay. So, I want to talk about a different topic today. देखो जब you know when a client के साथ आपका जो मीटिंग हो रहा है many a times at the end of the meeting client says send me more details, okay, and then you send the details and then no action really happens after that, okay, no action really happens after that. And some clients resist your advice and some clients don't resist your advice because they don't understand it, okay. Think about the kind of clients we are talking about. We are talking about people who are business owners, professionals, self-made people, people who take decisions all their life, people who are who are used to others coming to them for answers. People reach out. Now these set of people are now sitting in front of you and you are giving them advice, okay. Have you understood the situation? We are talking to a group of accomplished people, right, who have done really well in their life. Accomplished people who have done really well in their life, okay, and they are used to giving advice to others, but today they are sitting in front of you and you as an advisor is saying I will guide you. You may mean it respectfully, but inside the client's mind it may sound like you don't know enough, or you need help, you are not fully in control, you have to depend on me. You know, successful people don't like that feeling. How many of you agree to what I'm saying? Write yes in the chat box if you agree. Write yes in the chat box if you are agreeing to what I'm saying. Ki when we are sitting in front of an accomplished, successful person and we keep saying ki, I'm going to guide you, you may mean with lot of respect, but the client के मन के अंदर ना कुछ अलग कुछ चल रहा होगा. So when all the other things go on in their mind, they actually look to protect themselves. And उसके जवाब में क्या बोलते हैं? How do they protect themselves? Anyone? How do successful people protect themselves in front of an MFD? Do you know what do they say? क्या बोलते हैं वो? They say, send me details. Let me study. I will decide. I've been investing for years. On the surface, it looks like confident, boss. Sometimes it is not confidence. It is basically their identity protection. Dekho, I'm going to ask you two questions. First, when a client says, I will study and decide, is he genuinely asking for more information or is he trying to protect his feeling of control? What do you think is happening here? What do you think is happening here? Write it in the chat box. Okay. Now, when you give advice, does the client feel more powerful because of you, or does he feel dependent on you? I want all of you to answer to this question. When you give your advice, does the client feel more powerful because of you, or does he feel dependent on you? This is the real session today. Because some clients don't resist advice because they disagree. They resist because accepting advice feels like accepting dependence. Okay? And if we don't, get around this, we will keep trying to prove our knowledge to a client who is actually trying to protect his identity. How many of you are getting this session today? थोड़ा heavy है कि ठीक है? Are we getting it? Right? Yes, it's okay, or you want me to soften it a little? Thank you. So, if we don't get around this, we will always try to prove our knowledge to a client who is actually trying to protect his identity. Okay? Because the job of a serious advisor is not to make the client feel guided like a child. The job is to make them feel more in control because of your guidance. I want all of you to do one activity with me today. Are you all ready? एक एक्टिविटी करेंगे आज, ओके? एंड उसके बाद समय होगा तो वी विल गो थ्रू ए शॉर्ट प्रेजेंटेशन, बट दिस एक्टिविटी इज इंपॉर्टेंट, ओके? Listen to this question. When a wealthy client says, send me details, I will study and decide, what do you normally feel? I'm going to give you 4 options. आप कोई भी एक ऑप्शन का जवाब आप चैट बॉक्स में लिखेंगे. ऑप्शन ए, क्लाइंट इज इंटरेस्टेड. ये फीलिंग आपके अंदर आता है? अगर कोई बोलता है सेंड मी डिटेल्स, आई विल स्टडी एंड डिसाइड, मैं 4 ऑप्शन देता हूँ, उसके बाद आप चैट बॉक्स में जवाब लिखिए. फर्स्ट ऑप्शन, क्लाइंट इज इंटरेस्टेड. सेकेंड ऑप्शन, क्लाइंट इज डिलेइंग. थर्ड ऑप्शन, क्लाइंट डज नॉट ट्रस्ट मी. फोर्थ ऑप्शन, क्लाइंट वांट्स कंट्रोल. कौन सा जवाब आपको सही लगता है? द फीलिंग दैट यू गेट, राइट इट इन द चैट बॉक्स. Okay. Most advisors usually feel A, B, or C. But today, I want all of you to think about the D. The client wants control. Okay? I want you to think about one real client from your list of clients. Okay? जो often आपको बोलता है कि send me details. I will study, I know the market, I will decide myself. Okay? Was that person rejecting your advice, or was that person protecting his identity as an independent decision maker? I want you to think about it. Then I want you to answer in the chat box. Was that person rejecting you, rejecting the advice, or protecting his identity? I want you to write in the chat box. Give yourself 10 seconds, 15 seconds to think, and then write your answer in the chat box. All right. This is beautiful because I see mostly people are writing protecting. Many times the client is not rejecting the advisor or the advice. The person is protecting the feeling of control. Okay. Now, whenever a person asks for details, a very weak response क्या होता है पता? Sure, madam, or sure, sir, I will send the details. That is the weakest response possible on earth. Sure, I will send it across. Sure, sir, or sure, madam, I will send the details, but I will also send the decision logic. So that when you study, it is not, you are just looking at product names or returns. Okay. I'm going to show you one short presentation before in this session. Give me a second. Let me just check whether the presentation is ready. It's ready. Let me know if it is visible. Okay. The client's fear, is it visible? All right. The client's fear of becoming dependent. Okay. There are certain surface level resistance versus identity protection. Okay. Hidden में क्या होता है? Identity protect होता है. They are controlling their power of preserving the decision, their status defense or fear of dependence. On the surface, it is intellectual, but underneath it is an identity protection. So suppose there are two simultaneous conversations. Okay. Where should I invest? What return can I expect? What is the risk? What about tax? How liquid is this? Identity conversation मन के अंदर चल रहा है. Am I still in control? Am I looking uninformed? Will this advisor dominate me? Will I have to depend on him? Will I lose decision power? Okay. There is resistance getting created in the client's mind. If the advisor says, I will guide you, the hidden translation, the person across the table might be thinking, you don't know enough. You yourself need help. You're not in control. You're dependent on me. Okay. The client is actually looking at danger. If the client says, send me details, what it actually means is that he wants to stay in control of the decision. Okay. I will study does not want to depend on your explanation. Okay. Acknowledge the competence. Never make him feel like a student. Ask how he prefers to make financial decisions. The decision remains yours. I bring clarity and structure. The way I would frame this decision is ... Okay. The goal is not to make the client feel guided. The goal is to make him feel more powerful because of your guidance. The advisor who fights for control loses the client. The advisor who hands over the control earns the trust. It happens with most HNI and ultra HNI clients. Okay. Always give them two options. It's always easier. Which fits your comfort better? Okay. Don't make the client feel dependent. Make him feel informed or sharper. Make him feel supported like a leader. The highest form is not making the client depend on you. It is making the client feel more in control because of you. All the best, everyone. Have a great day ahead, and I'll see you tomorrow exactly at 10:10. All the best.